Hi there, my name is Taylor Copeland, and in this video, we are going to be going over probably, the favorite thing for any new LD, which is going to be movement effects. So let's get into it. I have made a all thingy here that will just make it'll take our symmetrical group and then it'll bring it up and then it'll make the beams tight so we can actually see them. There we go. And let's do like a circle effect. So what we'll do is we have our symmetrical group selected. I highly recommend selecting symmetrical groups for position effects unless you have a specific situation where you would not want the effect to be running in a symmetrical environment. But let's edit a new effect tile. We'll hit add and we'll go to position, right? So it selects that pan and tilt value. And we can start running the effect so you can see what's going on. It's going a little fast right now, so let's go ahead and bring the rate down to like 0.25. All right. And this is our max speed. So when we get into like speed masters and size masters, you'll be able to, this would be the fastest it would run and you'll be able to slow it down from here. So it's kind of doing this weird thing and it's cool and all, but right now it's running a sine wave. We want nice circles or whatnot, right? So we'll go to form here, select our header. So it selects all the rows here. And then we'll hit circle 19. You can see this turns into 19.1 and 19.2. And our lights are doing a very nice circle here. You can also change the waveform to, I don't know, wave. Kind of does this thing. And then there's like a cross, which probably needs a slower speed. There's all sorts of stuff you can play with here, right? Let's go back to 0.25 and let's go back to circle. If you go into here and you hold down on this, hold down on it. Okay, so if you go on one of these and you right click on one of them, you can choose between circle 19.1 and 19.2, but we want 19.1 for the pan value and 0.2 for the tilt value. So let's make this nice and symmetrical. So we'll run on over to our wings. We'll make our pan value -2, and we'll make our tilt value 2. Now, look at that. It's beautiful. And we can change the direction of it. Which in that case, I believe we need to flop these guys. Nope. We probably just need to restart the effect. Sometimes when you are making effects, it gets a little weird if you're editing it live, but I mean, I don't know what's going on here, but it's cool looking. I mean, that's what half this process is. It's just experimenting until you find something you like. But pretty happy with this. You can just do only pan values and only tilt values, and just to play around, find what you like. You can adjust the high and low value. So if we adjust like the low value to like -100 and then the high value to 100, you're gonna see these circles are get a lot bigger. It's very wide now. It's also going very quick, so we'll slow this down. The wider or like the bigger of a area that your movers have to cover, the slower your effect is going to need to be, so it can actually, hit all of those values. If you have your speed up too high or your rate, your movers will try to keep up, but they'll keep going to like the most recent position it's supposed to be going to. But if it can't get there, it just won't, and you get these weird, like jittery movements almost. You adjust your phase, which will depend on like, it will state where your effect will start from, which is pretty cool. But yeah, I mean, play around with this, see what you like. We could delete the pan attribute, so now it'll just be tilting, which doesn't really make sense now to have a circle waveform. I mean, that's pretty cool, but like this could also just be a sine wave, and yeah, you'd get a similar effect, which is pretty cool. Yeah, you can mix and match your attributes and waveforms here. So we can add back our pan value if we want. And then, I don't know, we can give it the cosine waveform. Okay. And then we will just basically recall up that effect. So it starts listening to the pan value now. And yep, it's kind of doing its thing. But I highly recommend just experimenting with this, making some non-selective effects, and then maybe put them on a flash drive. So whenever you take to shows, you can just load up those effects, call up your group, hit the effect, and it's ready to go for you. One important notice: see how there's a little R here? That means it is a relative effect. So it will relatively move around whatever position your lights are at. So what we can actually do is we can actually go to here, and I don't know, we can make our lights at -40. You can see, I mean, that wasn't very good. Here, let's do like, let's just tilt it down to 0. And maybe we will do a, here, let's make it easier to see. We'll do -50, +50. This is going to make it easy to see. So because it is a relative effect, okay? And -2. And we'll clear this out and recall it up so it's not being weird. All right, so now we have our lovely. Wait, what did I do to this? Oh, we're just gonna make a new effect here because I don't know what wrong. Delete that. Pan, tilt, form, circle, ray, 0.25, -2, +2. Alrighty. So that is not symmetrical. And I'm doing great here. Okay, so now we have our symmetrical effect running. Cool. So because it is a relative effect, that's what this little R is here for. We can actually go to our position and we can say, hey, go to like -20. You can see it's still running the same effect, but now it's lower down. Or we can go, hey, you know what? Go to -120. It's gonna be really high up. Now it's running that effect way up there. It's pretty cool. If it was an absolute, it would go to a predetermined position that you would set, and it would run that effect at that position. That's the difference between relative and absolute. I hope I didn't confuse you too much with this. It's a lot of fun to play with the movement effects. You can make some really awesome looks. I just recommend playing with the waveforms. Try just pan or just tilt values or both. And then, you can adjust your high, low. And then just, go ham with the groups here. Like, we can spice this up by doing like groups of, let's do groups of 5. See what that turns into. And let's bring our position back down so we can actually see what's going on here. 60. Yeah, so that's groups of 5, or, let's put it back at groups of 0, but let's do blocks of 2, And let's slow it down because it is a little out of control. And we haven't assigned rate masters yet. Wait, 1. There we go. That's pretty lovely, right? Anyways, again, hope it didn't confuse you. Movement effects are super simple, easy to do. It just takes a little playing around with to get used to before you're able to just sit down here and just go, I want this, and go boom, 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 and it's there. Yeah, give it a try. Make some effects. Make sure you're labeling them. So we'll say sim circ blocks of 2. That's very long, but yep. There you go. And of course, don't forget to back up your show file. Cool. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you on the next one.